Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to the Telegraph's Mike McGrath, Juan Mata is in talks over an extension on his contract. Juan Mata's current contract expires at the end of the month. Juan Mata has been a long servant at Manchester United. He's been at the club for 7 years. He scored 51 goals in 273 appearances in all competitions. Solskjaer did say not so long ago that no decision was made on Juan Mata's future. He doesn't really get in our 11. We got Juan Mata in a deal worth £40 million from Chelsea back in 2014. At the first part of last season, he rejected an £18 million a year contract offer to play in Saudi Arabia. Juan Mata did score from the penalty spot in the game against Wolves last season. That was our last game in the league last season. That was a special moment for Juan Mata. And he lost his mother not so long ago. So yeah, maybe Juan Mata is staying for another season. But my element of concern about him, he's lost that yard of pace and he's aging up. When we played Juan Mata last season, we put him in that number 10, didn't we? But you can also put him on that right-hand side. Now, according to Stretty News, Man United are interested in signing Jack Grealish from Aston Villa. Solskjaer settles on Jack Grealish as a replacement for Paul Pogba. Jack Grealish will cost Man United around £100 million. He's got a contract with Aston Villa until 2025. He signed a new contract last year. So far, he's spent the entirety of his career with Aston Villa. Obviously came up their academy. I think he's been in their senior squad since 2014. He's been a Villa player since the age of 6. In total, he's been at Aston Villa 21 years. He did have a loan spell with Notts County. Grealish is 25 years of age. He can play as an attacking midfielder and he can also play as a winger. Now it looks like Manchester United are signing Jadon Sancho from Borussia Dortmund. Sky Sports said yesterday that talks continue between Manchester United and Borussia Dortmund over the signing of Jadon Sancho. We are increasingly confident that we will finally sign Sancho. Man United are prepared to pay £80 million. We want the deal done for Sancho before next weekend. Fabrizio Romano did recently say that Man United are interested in Sancho. and he revealed how much Borussia Dortmund want. He will cost around 77.4 million to 81.7 million. Bundesliga journalist Konstantin Eckner recently said that Man United have reached an agreement in principle with Sancho, but have not yet submitted a bid. A few days ago it said that we was preparing to put in an £85 million bid after a secret transfer meeting. We've already agreed the personal terms with Sancho and we prefer Sancho over Harry Kane. Sky Sports said, was it the other week, that Man United is the most realistic destination for Sancho and we do remain in talks with his representatives. Earlier on this year, Borussia Dortmund did confirm that they've got a gentleman's agreement with Sancho that will allow him to depart Borussia Dortmund this summer. Jadon Sancho has Man United transfer hopes as Borussia Dortmund are looking for replacements, and Sancho has said that he wants his future resolved before the start of the Euros. We've been in for Sancho now for like the last 2 years, so it has been a long running transfer saga. Sancho to Man United last year was extremely close, because the personal terms had been agreed, the agent fees had been agreed and a contract had been agreed, but the reason we didn't get him is because we was reluctant to meet Borussia Dortmund's 108 million valuation. We was only willing to pay so much up front. Dortmund said to us last year that we had until the 10th of August to sign the player. We obviously missed out on that deadline, so Sancho remained at Dortmund. Fabrizio Romano, who is a very reliable Italian journalist and close to Man United, he's spoken a lot about the Sancho saga, and so too as Christian Falk from Bild. Sancho has endured 4 years at Borussia Dortmund. Dortmund paid just £7 million for him from Man City, so they got him for next to nothing. So if Dortmund sell him for 80 million, they've gained a £73 million profit. He's got a contract with Dortmund until 2023. But it'll be a great signing for Manchester United. He'll fit in our team perfectly. He knows Marcus Rashford very, very well. You know, they do talk to each other a lot. He's predominantly a right winger. He's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. He will exceed expectations in the Premier League. He's very good at creating chances and he can score very, very good goals. So they are the reasons. Now, Kieran Trippier, Manchester United are linked with him. The Athletic said yesterday Man United are in talks to sign Kieran Trippier. The player himself thought to have begun house hunting. The Manchester Evening News said that, we revived our interest in Kieran Trippier because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is unhappy with Wan-Bissaka's attacking output. Wan-Bissaka is the only recognised senior right back at Man United at the moment. We was interested in Kieran Trippier in January, but we culled our interest because Kieran Trippier got banned by FIFA for 8 weeks for breaching betting rules. I reckon Kieran Trippier will cost us around £18 million. Atletico Madrid are going to find it extremely difficult to recoup the £20 million they paid for him from Tottenham. Yeah, Everton want him as well. Kieran Trippier's current contract with Atletico Madrid expires next year. He won the La Liga with Atletico Madrid last season. He is 30 years of age. Would you take Kieran Trippier at Man United? Well, obviously he's well proven in the Premier League because he's played in the Premier League before. He was part of the Tottenham squad that got to the Champions League final in 2019. Obviously played under Pochettino's guidance before he was at Burnley. He was once on loan with Burnley, had 2 loan spells with Barnsley, and he began his career at Man City. He came up Man City's academy, but he never made an appearance in Man City's first team. Raphael Varane. Man United have been relentlessly linked with him. Fabrizio Romano said that Raphael Varane is refusing to sign a new contract at Real Madrid. Man United have offered Raphael Varane a 5-year contract and a higher wage than the one he's on at Real Madrid. I can assure Raphael Varane is leaving Real Madrid. Now, it said a few days ago that we'd been handed a boost in our pursuit of Raphael Varane, with Carlo Ancelotti returning to Real Madrid. Man United and PSG have already made offers for Varane because it's impossible for Real Madrid to meet his demands. Said the other day that Varane could be available for as little as €40 million, which is a bargain. But Real Madrid have decided to sell. Recently spoke out on his future. He said it's unlikely his future will be resolved for the summer's European Championships. Romano said towards the end of last season that Varane is the main name on our list, and we was waiting to see what happened with his situation at Real Madrid. Man United have already held talks with Varane's representatives. Initially, Real Madrid won, £60 million? Not so long ago, they rejected a £40 million bid. Varane's already said that he's keen on a move to the Premier League. His contract talks with Real Madrid stalled a while ago. His current contract expires next year. Went in for Varane 10 years ago under the Sir Alex Ferguson era and was prepared to sanction a £100 million move for him back in 2018. But it'd be a great signing for us, Varane, because he's highly experienced. He's regarded as one of the best centre-halves in the world. Got a good pedigree as a player. You know, he's won 18 major honours at Real Madrid. And he'd complement Harry Maguire very, very well. Being long serving at Real Madrid, he's enjoyed 10 years with them. Man United still want a centre-half. Despite Eric Bailly signing a new contract towards the end of last season. By the way, Manchester United have let 8 players go. 6 of them were academy players. We've just released Sergio Romero and Joel Pereira. But not long now until the summer transfer window opens. It opens on the 9th of June, which isn't long now. I'm really looking forward to the summer transfer window. I'm expecting Man United to be active. I'm also expecting teams around us to be active in the summer transfer market. The summer transfer window will be Solskjaer's 5th transfer window as permanent Man United manager. Solskjaer said he wants around 4 new signings in order for Man United to challenge for the Premier League title next season. And there's a very good chance we'll challenge for the league next season. That's providing we recruit well in the summer transfer window. Solskjaer has been given a 150 million transfer budget to buy around 4 or 5 new players. We will be selling players, so the transfer budget will increase. And our board have said that they will back Solskjaer with a new 3-year contract and summer signings despite the Europa League final loss. And Joe Glazer said in the fans forum yesterday he'll give Solskjaer financial backing in the transfer window. By the way, it was Joe Glazer's first ever fans forum appearance for like 15-16 years. But Solskjaer should get the backing he deserves, reflecting on what the board have recently said. Plus we've got John Murtaugh, he's our director of football. We've got Darren Fletcher, he's our technical director. And we've got Matt Judge, and Matt Judge has been part of the club for a long time. So it's very imperative Solskjaer gets the players he wants to recommend in. The players, I think, will leave Man United in the summer transfer window. Is De Gea. I think he'll go. I reckon now De Gea has had his years at Manchester United. He's endured 10 years at the club, so he's been a long servant. A few years ago, De Gea was regarded as the best goalkeeper in the world. De Gea's won everything domestically at the football club, and he's made over 500 appearances for Man United in all competitions. But in the last couple of years, he has been a liability, reflecting on the calamitous mistakes he's made. To De Gea's credit, last season he produced his best performances after the Everton collapse in February, and he responded well to Dean Henderson getting the number 1 jersey. De Gea put a very good performance out against Roma in the Europa League semi-final, but he cost us the Europa League final, missed his penalty, and he had 11 chances to save a penalty and didn't save one. And De Gea is obviously now our second choice goalkeeper. There has been talks of a Jan Oblak and David De Gea swap deal, obviously to solve our number 1 crisis. Jan Oblak recently spoke out on his future. He said he's in no hurry to leave Atletico Madrid. He said he insists he's happy at Atletico Madrid, but admitted he could be sold if Atletico Madrid need to raise funds. He's valued at £70 million. He's got a buyout clause of 103 million. He's got a contract with Atletico Madrid until 2023. So 2 years left on his contract. Been a long servant at Atletico Madrid, but last season it said that De Gea had made his transfer decision. He's preparing to leave Man United, and Man United is set to pay off his huge contract. De Gea is on 375 grand a week, and he's got like 2 years left on his current contract. Phil Jones, I'm also expecting us to offload him. Jones has always been inconsistent. He's been out of injury for a while. Doesn't get in our 11. Jones is the only outfield player that's still here from the Ferguson era. Jones has endured, 10 years at Man United, so he's been a long servant. Brandon Williams, I think we need to loan him out, so he can gain more experience and he can get a lot more opportunities, because Brandon Williams seldom plays for us. He's our third choice left back. Played a lot of games this season before last. That's only because Luke Shaw had a couple of periods out with injury. Williams played, 2 or 3 games last season. Obviously played in the final league game against Wolves. Put a very good performance out. Played in the 2-1 defeat to Leicester. And I think he played in the 3-0 win against Brighton in the Carabao Cup at the start of last season. He played at right back, but he's nowhere near effective on the right as he is on the left. Diego Dalot, we'll be looking to get rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with Milan at the moment. Andres Pereira, also, we'll be looking to get rid of him permanently. He's out on loan with Lazio. Matic, I'm also expecting us to offload him because he's not one of our first choice midfielders, but he still gets his chances. I've always had my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player. And he's aging up. Too easily predictable as well. Matic has been at the club for a year. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Donny van der Beek, I think we should offload him because he doesn't get enough opportunities at Man United. He only started 4 games in the league last season. Most of his appearances come from the bench. He said the other day that Donny van der Beek is set for showdown talks with Solskjaer over his future. He said not so long ago that we will reject any offers for Van der Beek, so reflecting on that, we are reluctant to let him go because Solskjaer has got big plans for him. Van der Beek's only endured 1 full season at Man United. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Ajax last year. He's under contract with us until 2025. And he's versatile, he can play in 3 different roles. Martial, I want us to offload him. Whether we do or not, I do not know. He recently said that Solskjaer made a decision on Martial's future. He's told the Glazers he wants him to stay for next season because he believes he's got a big role to play. Juan Mata, I was expecting him to leave, but he may not now because, like I said at the beginning of the video, he's in talks over a contract extension. Next season is going to be massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. I'd say next season Solskjaer has got to win a trophy at Manchester United if he is to remain Manchester United manager. If we start off next season bad, then I think the pressure will be on Solskjaer and I think he will end up getting sacked. Solskjaer is not the long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. He's not yet won a trophy as Manchester United manager. We haven't won a trophy for 4 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Solskjaer has endured 2 full seasons at Man United. He's been in charge of the club now for almost 30 months. That's over 2 years. To be honest with you, I think Man United are making a mistake giving Solskjaer this new 3-year contract. And I think a lot of United fans will agree with me. Because Solskjaer won't see out this new 3-year contract. Like I've said on my recent videos, what we should do is let him see out his current contract. Then analyse how things have gone and decide or not whether to give him the new 3-year deal. Ollie's got just under a year left on the current 3-year contract he signed when he got the job permanently back in March 2019. But there is some Man United fans that are Ollie out. Reflecting on that Europa League final loss to Villarreal, there was a lot of United fans that were Ollie out anyway prior to the final. But I believe there's still some Man United fans that are Ollie in, and they believe that he needs more time at the club. He does deserve next season. I've got to credit Solskjaer. I didn't expect him to do as well as he has done. You've got to say he's done a good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. There's a lot of things that I've got to credit Solskjaer for. One thing I credit Solskjaer for is his honesty. He's very honest about things. You know, obviously he said finishing second wasn't an achievement, which it wasn't, but you can see that there was still progress made from Solskjaer's first full season. He did say, you know, last season that it wasn't a successful season for Man United because we didn't win the Europa League. But you've got to credit Ollie, you know, for getting us to the Europa League final last season. I know we didn't win it, but he still got us to the final. It was his first major final as Man United manager. Last season, we went the entire season without losing away from home in the Premier League, which was a good record. Got us to the FA Cup quarter-final last season and got us to the EFL Cup semi-final. Did well in his first full season at the club, got us to 3 semi-finals and got us a third place finish. Another thing I've got to credit Solskjaer for, when he got appointed in as Man United manager, he assured that everybody would get their chances to express themselves, including the young players, and more or less everybody's been given their chances. He has made good signings as Man United manager so far. He's spent almost £300 million. I think he's bought around 10 or 11 players in. Obviously brought Daniel James in, brought Wan-Bissaka in, brought Harry Maguire in. He brought Bruno Fernandes in. He did bring Odion Ighalo in on loan, but he let him go in January. Also brought Donny van de Beek in, Alex Telles, Edison Cavani, Facundo Palestra, who were loaned out in January, and Amad Diallo Traore. Last year, Solskjaer brought 4 players in on deadline day. That was last summer. Obviously Tom Heaton is incoming as well, so he's someone else Solskjaer's brought in, and Jadon Sancho's incoming. Solskjaer's also got rid of a lot of players since he's come in as well. Must have got rid of around, is it 20 players or something like that now in total, with the academy players included. So yeah, they are the positives regarding Ollie. I do have my concerns about him as well. Solskjaer knew when he'd taken over at Man United it was going to be a massive job, despite him knowing the club through thick and thin. We appointed him in December 2018. He's been permanent Man United manager since March 2019. We're given the job permanently in March 2019, reflecting how well he did as the interim manager. But if we do eventually decide to sack Solskjaer, who's going to come in to replace him? I think we need someone in with a proven pedigree and someone with that big club arrogance. But Ole, he's our fourth permanent manager since Ferguson. The three managers we sacked since Ferguson was Moyes, we sacked Van Gaal, and we sacked Jose Mourinho, and we're not even really known as a sacking football club. In recent years, we've overpaid for players. Our recruitment's been poor in that aspect. The blame stems from the board. The board has been one of the biggest problems at the club for a long time. We've won, 4 trophies since Ferguson retired. That was the FA Cup under Van Gaal, and won the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield under Mourinho. So that just justifies how inconsistent we was for the last 8 years or so. Haven't won the Premier League since 2013. I think we spent over £1 billion in the last 8 years, and we brought around 37 players in since Ferguson retired. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you for today. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.